I am back from my weekend in Detroit, literal homecoming for Black Footwear Forum. And if you've never been, number one, if you actually have aspirations, like real aspirations to work within the footwear industry, any of the big brands, okay, that could be Nike, Jordan, Adidas, New Balance, Under Armour, they're all there, and you don't have the barriers of just an actual big corporation in front of you to speak to these individuals, okay? There are talent individuals there, recruiting individuals, there are VPs, there are other high-level execs in which you can talk to if you are truly someone interested. I mean, there are designers. It's just an amazing time. It really is. The energy is great. I enjoy connecting with so many just real life friends there. So, and sometimes I see you subscribers or followers there, which is amazing. So if you're ever in Detroit at Black Footwear Forum, at Penn Louis College, and you choose to say, hey, what's up? Please do. Okay. I'm not like seated in one spot for very long, but still come up and say, hey, I'm always happy to connect with people. So what's going on here? What's going on in the world? First off, I feel like this video may or may not be all over the place because there is so much happening. One, I don't know how much this will be talked about on sneaker YouTube specifically, but the port strike.
My men hit the streets from Maine to Texas, every single port, a lockdown.
The union, which represents more than 40,000 longshoremen at 36 ports, including major hubs like Charleston, Houston, and Miami, is demanding wage increases as well as protection from job-killing automation.
I've been fighting automation for years.
That is going on right now. So I didn't know about this until I was actually driving up to Detroit like end of last week. And it's something to certainly keep an eye on now. We've dealt with supply chain issues and backlogs and just, do you remember 2020 and the fact that I made numerous videos, if you were around then, saying through 2020, 2021, even 2022, like we were still really dealing with the ramifications and all of the backlog of supply chain management issues. That's what happens when you can't actually have people on the docks working to bring things in. Of course, these things are coming from across the water. They're on boats, and they're just sitting there. They were then.
Workers are threatening to strike if a new labor agreement with shipping companies represented by the United States Maritime Alliance is not reached by October 1st. Each year, more than $200 billion worth of goods, including car parts, construction materials, and produce pass through the port of New York and New Jersey alone.
And they very well could be right now, since they're striking like all across the country. You know what? This video will, it may make you laugh, but it'll sum some things up.
Damn! Every time I turn around, like, just give them their money. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. What was you arguing about? Just give it to them. Damn, we don't even have time for this. We don't have time. Just pay them. No, I don't want to hear we don't have it. I don't want to hear we in debt. Whoop-de-whoop. Don't you see this a year of exposure? The jig is up. Pay them. I'm tired. I'm tired already. Take it out of whatever you need to take it out of. Take it out of them taxes. Take it out of that $290 y'all beasting for. Take it out of them 20 tolls. To get all around the boroughs on some goofy shit. Didn't even leave the state. Paid mad bread. Like, shit is ridiculous. Pay them. I don't want to talk no more. I need my sugar spice, everything nice. Can't even eat the food no more. Now we about to have to fight over it too? Miss me entirely. Pardon me. Lord, this a sign to start fasting? Say less. I was already on my way because...
Now, I am all for workers fighting for increased pay. I mean, listen, yeah, capitalism is great, and then it's also not, because companies will continue to line their pockets heavily while saying, well, we don't really have money to pay the workers that are the reason that you're able to make these profits. Anyway, now some will say what they're asking for is a little bit unreasonable, and I'm not going to go down that road, but I will say it's a really interesting predicament, because on one hand, a lot of people will support workers fighting to have, again, increased pay, which is great. However, the longer that cargo sits on those docks untouched, for every 1 day that they are on strike, it technically takes like 6 days for us to try to catch up. And anything that is coming in cannot be unloaded until whatever was already backed up on those docks actually gets unloaded. And the president said he is not stepping in. There aren't plans to step in. So where do we go from here? I mean, I saw one individual say online that maybe the authorities would possibly step in, because at this time of inflation, yes, the rate at which inflation has been increasing has gone down, but it's still present. So can you imagine if we don't have goods in stores? Now, all of these goods aren't essential goods. A lot of it will be items that go to retailers. Yeah, like right around Black Friday. That's what's coming in right now. If it's for a retailer, it's items for Black Friday. So where do you think sneakers would rank on that priority list of getting things off the dock? Give you a hint, not very high. I would rather see essentials and medications and different things get off those docks first versus sneakers and streetwear and things that we don't necessarily need. So yeah, I'm not necessarily pressed about that at all. But if some delays, some cancellations happen, which they're already happening right now anyway in sneakers, don't be shocked. I don't know what will happen. I truly hope they're able to get this strike resolved. I do. I really, really do. Because if not, to think of shortages in stores and on shelves, which inevitably means they may raise prices even more than they have already risen them now, people can't afford that. I've said this before. It feels like we live in two Americas. And you can check this out of people feeling like, they have no idea how to continue to get by. And meanwhile, on Sneaker YouTube, it's like, hey, buy 4 to 5 pairs a month. All right, so with that being said, listen, I said that I am eternally grateful, blessed for the relationships built and developed in this industry, and they definitely showed up and showed out for me. So shout out to my New Balance family. I love you guys so much. So much. So again, New Balance, you're amazing. They sent over 2 pairs, which means I'm going to try and pay it forward for 2 pairs. So real quick, let me just go ahead. We have one, and I'm gonna do longer videos. Well, this video won't be extensive just in terms of hey, the styling, because it's a 990 V6 and we've gone over that. But I will still go over it. But we have a made in the USA pair. Yes, we do. Oh, it is gorgeous. It is. So hopefully camera will be able to pick this color up, but absolutely love it. So you guys know I rave about the 990 V6, so have this one here. It's definitely a lighter peach, so I think you can kind of tell or get an idea of the color a little bit easier this way, but I'll make sure that you guys are able to see it a little bit better. And then a made in the UK, which I think this may or may not be my first made in the UK, and when I tell you this pair caught my eye, again, so shout out to amazing people. Does this not scream fall? Does this not scream fall? My goodness. Just look at it. Just look at it. Absolutely screams fall. So this is the 990 V1. 991 V2. Sorry, 991 V2. As fall as you could possibly get. So this one will be a little bit longer, I think, or extensive, just because I actually will go over more of that unboxing. But what does that mean then for 2 other pairs? Because again, I'm not trying to accumulate an overabundance more than I already have. So I have 2 pairs in. I will get 2 pairs out. So if you're following me on Instagram at talkstylewith.tj, my goal is to post this video first, and then I'll go ahead and post these pairs in my stories, likely this weekend. So you guys recall, this is one of the Refined Future pairs that I received while on a trip for New Balance last year, actually, in Ojai, California. So it's in this really nice light sand kind of eggshell colorway. So these are in, and let me get this right, men's 6, so women's 7.5. This will be 1 pair that just will be given away. And the only thing you're going to pay is the cost of shipping. Again, just want to pay it forward to someone. And then the Warped Runner, an extremely comfortable sneaker. Extremely comfortable. So these are, talk about cushion for days. I actually featured this talking about just how cushioned these are. And again, great to wear all day. This will be a pair that I also give away on my Instagram stories at talkstylewith.tj. So again, these will be given away. It will just be the cost of shipping, and that's it. And then I will momentarily get to my New Balance pairs, which I'm so excited to have. And side note, the windows are open, the AC is off. It is 60s out right now, and it will be lows of 40s and 50s. We have arrived. Fall. Spooky season is here. NBA media days, it still feels so weird that Clay is not in a Warriors jersey, but I'm excited to see what this season holds for him, holds for my Warriors. And right now, my Aces are stressing me out in game 2 of the semifinals because we're just not defending layups. We're just not. And all of Sabrina's growth is just on display this game. Like, I love the growth, Sabrina. I do. You have made a believer in me. I would just like to not have to deal with it against my team right now. So, more basketball on the way. I will certainly get to my New Balance pairs, and make sure you're tuned in on Instagram at TalkStuffWith.TJ this weekend. So that will be the first weekend in October, and I will post those in my story. Hopefully they go fast, go to some great homes. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.